What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 14 of Escape Will Make Me Pod. Is Marathon becoming a battle royale?
Time to infill. Remember when we were supposed to say that?
Oh, we were.
Yeah, Jake and I. And yeah,
Jake, do the thing. Do the
together.
thing, Jake.
Yeah,
the spin thing.
Oh, zoom, 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 zoom. Oh shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 14 of Escape Will Make Me Pod, and it's NHL playoff week. Let's go!
That's what we were all thinking.
Sabres are in for the first time in 14 years. We're going to a game. We got tickets. I'm so excited, man. It's gonna be great.
Oh hell yeah!
You know,
okay.
Our attire, Ryan, kind of makes us like mortal enemies right now. I mean, this isn't a Bills jersey, but it's close. It's close.
Listen, I'm not one of these weird, unreasonable Chiefs fans that doesn't like the Bills. I like the Bills. I like Josh Allen. I just don't like them when they're playing us. I mean, we always win when it matters. So it's, obviously I like it for
yeah, how'd that
reason.
go for you this year, eh? Or what?
I mean, how'd it go for you guys when Josh Allen had the perfect opportunity? I was cheering for him, hoping like this is his moment. All the roadblocks that everyone always talks about are out of his way, and he fucking choked. And I like him, and so that makes me sad, but he did choke.
Everyone else's misery makes me happy. So as long as we're all losing together, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, we had it was bad.
Buffalo sports is kind of like Marathon if you think about it. It's just winning until you lose, and you lose big.
Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys always seem to lose at like the absolute most heartbreaking moments.
Yeah.
Which like, hey,
it's great.
Hey, you know what? We were absolute dog shit for the first like 25 years of my life. So,
yeah,
maybe someday.
The Sabres were really good when I was a kid. In 05, 06, 06, 07, they were the best hockey teams, and they were awesome. And then they got very bad for a very long time. And now it's the first time in my adult life where I'm like, oh, I can be happy about something. It's great.
Yeah, but people who live in New York have like stuff to do in New York. So it's not like the Sabres and the Bills are the only thing they got going for them. They're like, oh shit, the Sabres suck or the Bills are bad. I guess we have all of New York to hang out in.
Yeah, Buffalo's kind of its own little thing, though. Yeah. Western New York is... You have Rochester and stuff, but Western New York's like so different from the rest of the state. I don't know.
Sure, but it's like... Kansas City is cool, but then it's like we got Missouri and Kansas where nothing is going on. So it's kind of like... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if
no,
you're true.
That's right. You guys don't have any cool waterfalls or anything. That's true.
No, if the sports aren't good... It's not a great place to be. There's not a lot going on.
Hey, welcome back to episode 14 of Ryan and c.a.r.r.i talk about random shit while Jake smiles. Let's go.
Dude, I'm enjoying it. Hey, I'm a big Chiefs guy. You know what I liked growing up?
Yeah,
I liked the Paris Hilton reality TV show. And the Chiefs remind me a lot of that. We got Mahomes and his wife doing some quirky stuff. We got Taylor with the guy with the beard looking all cute. So
Travis?
Yeah, I fuck with the Chiefs. Yeah, big old Travis.
His brother's a lot cuter. If we're talking about which one of the Kelsey brothers.
But hey, both some handsome bearded fellas. So that's what I appreciate.
Sure. Do you guys like my playoff beard, by the way? This is 2 months.
Is this new?
Is that what's happening?
2 months no shave. I didn't shave for my personal hockey league's playoffs, and then I'm keeping it going until the Sabres lose. So I can't get anything here. Nothing on the face. Only neck beard looking ass. So here we are.
Dude, it looks good. You know what you remind me of? You remind me of like a Morrowind elf in PC. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe to have.
That's so
the chin strap with there. Is that mean? Is that mean? I mean it in a good way, man. I fuck with that.
I always killed those guys.
Listen, you know what you look like? You look like an RPG from 20 years ago.
All right, people are gonna get mad at us for not talking about Marathon or some shit. So
what's that?
Lots of good stuff this week. 2 limited time event and limited time game
and
mode.
a rest of the season event.
Yeah, how they're doing events are weird. But we'll talk about it.
We'll get there.
Patch notes stuff.
It is the top on the top.
Cryo stuff, ranked stuff. Yeah. We are with this, we have kind of hit officially the holding pattern. It's 6 weeks until season 2-ish?
Ish. Yeah, I don't think they've given an exact date or anything, but like
Oh, okay.
Well, we have an exact date for the Destiny patch, and for some fucking reason, I guess we can probably guess that it'll be the same week because
Bungie.
What the hell that? Ugh. Anyway,
it's what is the Destiny patch June 4th?
I don't know. If we talk about Destiny for too long, people get mad at us.
That's true. God, fuck. Yeah. So the CARRI event is here. It does not stand for Cryo Archive Rook Run Initiative, although it should have.
Kind of does.
God,
honestly, close enough, really.
Close enough. Cyber Acme Runner Recruitment Initiative or something? What's it stand for? Is that close?
Something like
five?
Yeah, something like that. Play together. Let's try to get people to be nice to each other after telling them to skin each other alive.
Except that's not really what it does at all. It's like I have a rant to do here because this week was my first experience. This has happened in Destiny for a decade, but this was the first time the marathon community did not watch one of my videos and did not listen and commented dumb shit. And that's a phenomenon I have not missed. And so I would just like to address some things here. But let's talk about the CARRI event first. So limited time game mode, which lasts 6-7 weeks, give or take. Are people still doing that? 6-7
Hey, keeping the skew of the audience young. I like to see it.
Man, I didn't even pick up on it. I'm too old at this point.
We're moving on.
Yeah, 6 to 7 weeks. I think that sounds right to me. Like
so limited time game mode that is called CARRI. You would think incentivizes you to maybe work with other people a lot more, and it only kind of half does that. What it really is a really great event for solos to get their contracts done and get extra rewards for it, which is really, really sick. You get, if you're a crew of any size, you get these special tokens. There's an event currency that you can buy stuff with, mostly early game stuff with. You get this currency for completing any contract objective or helping your friends complete their contract objectives. And then Rooks and Solos also get it when they exfil with more people. And so it's like incentivizing Solos and Rooks to exfil with teams. But there is no incentive the other way. So it really just turns into Solos working together and then Rooks begging not to be shot on sight, which is like
not going to happen.
Yeah, they're Rooks, so screw them. But yeah, so that's the event. Fellas, before I get into my thing, what do you think? Any thoughts?
Ryan, you say not's going to happen. Here's what I will say, okay? I have had a phenomenal amount of success. By every time I go down, I'm pressing the Y key on my keyboard and I'm going, excuse me, gentlemen, have you heard of the CARRI event? I have an opportunity here for you. And that has worked a considerable number of times. I probably had like a 4 out of 4 success rate, even with squads, which I now realize if you have a team together, it doesn't seem like you get any reward, right?
You
like
don't.
Okay, so even then, I was telling people, perhaps I could interest you in some commendations, and we were working together. They were getting me up. They were giving me
classic
things.
Rook maneuver of lying to people. Great.
Yeah. and then I probably somewhere around the 5th or 6th time I did it, I went down and I said, excuse me, have you heard of the CARRI event? And the guy goes, yeah, I know. Instantly finishes me. He goes, I don't give a shit. I'm here to kill people.
Hell yeah.
And it has been like that ever since that happened. I caught on very quickly.
It does seem like you turn into some like old Western snake oil flim flam, man. when you do this. So I mean, the plight of the flim flam man is it works like 8 out of 10 times, and then 2 of those times you get the shit kicked out of you. So like, that seems right. It seems like it's working as intended. I, unlike some of the people, I watched the skarrow video on it. And as the man of the people, I hate to say that my man was right. It's bad. It's a bad event that I don't want to get.
It's good that solos have a place to do their things and catch up and work together. That's awesome.
There should be incentives always for people in solos and in for Rooks to try and do this kind of stuff. I think that's good. But it's in kind of classic Bungie Destiny fashion. It's just, which is kind of my problem with the whole patch, which we'll get into. But it's kind of just weird timing for all of this stuff. Yeah. the CARRI event is great for like the beginning of the season. And a lot of the stuff that they did with the patch notes are great for the beginning of the season.
Or the beginning of someone's marathon career.
Right. But like,
yeah.
Who realistically, and I know there was like a small bump in players, which is encouraging. And I know that we like know people or have seen people that are like coming back to the game or trying it or whatever, which is good. But like, it's just it's confusing to me. Like, I don't really see into the future anyone being like, man, I love marathons so much. I started playing in the mid-season patch of season 1. Like, is that someone's journey realistically, or is someone going to be like, yeah, I missed out on season 1 and I played a little bit and then I really came back for season 2 and they made a lot of improvements that really helped my play style with the game. And so like, it just seems like a weird time where it kind of focuses on a part of the audience that needs help for sure, but like needed help weeks ago, like before most of them left. And then the people who are actively playing the game are kind of like, what is the point of this?
I get it. So for me, I guess, and I'm curious of Jake's perspective on what I'm about to say. Do we consider season 1 content to be the priority contracts or priority contracts plus Cryo? Like the story of Cryo?
I think it's both, personally.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
before Jake goes, I think it's both. But
from my my thinking, and I want to say it still is like this, but like the experience that I want to have in season 1 is I want to finish the priority contracts and I want to fight or beat the compiler to get the subroutines done.
Okay,
that's what I feel like would give me something of like a full narrative experience.
Yes.
Maybe would be a good way to put it. But with that being said, I don't think that's what Bungie sees it as. Okay, because that is locked behind 200 hours, 150 hours of playtime. And to go into what Ryan was saying, it is interesting to hear you guys talk about it, because my experience so far, even with just it's been 2 days or whatever, playing with people, I have played with people that I haven't played with since, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago. That's just awesome. Because I'm not VIP with everything. I have to get VIP with Sakaguchi and Maida. And so, and a lot of my dude, I have a crew fill buddy that I met playing who's level 144, hasn't finished his priority contracts because he only does solos and crew fill.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
But both those guys, I was like, hey, let's go do some runs, because I can use my commendations to get like a level or 2 of Sakaguchi and Maida. Mm-hmm. And I'll also get the faction rep from doing your priority contracts with you. I have no idea if it's actually going to successfully pull new people in or bring back people who weren't playing. But just personally for me, I knew enough people, who are still playing the game or are still interested in the game, but are not, they don't have any VIP. They haven't finished priority contracts. They don't have subroutines, but they are willing to jump in. And if this gives us a thrust to do something other than like grind for mats or focus on killing people, which generally, most people kind of want to do at this point, I have seen it actively doing that. Once again, it might be very unique to this situation that I'm in.
Yeah.
But I do agree that like incentives for collaboration are a good thing and probably should be there all the way around. And I also think that it was smart on their end to recognize that prior and to build an event based around that. But the execution of it and the timing of it and everything else happening, I feel like it's kind of strange. So
if I'm Bungie, the way I'm kind of thinking about this is the priority contracts are your campaign, if we're equating it to like Destiny, and then the compiler's your raid experience. And so if I want most players to experience the priority contracts and get like integrated into the world and understand some of the ongoing lore of Marathon, this is a decent catch-up event for that objective. What I will say is the fact that all of the faction reps are capped at a rank and a half, and they don't appear to refresh. I think that's kind of an L, personally.
Yeah.
And I think the loot could be, even for beginner players, could probably be a little better. But
100%.
If that's the goal, then I still think while it is awesome that solos, who are a clearly underrepresented portion of this community in every aspect of this game, that it wasn't even supposed to be in the game until post alpha, like very recently. They were very public about that. And the solos experience isn't really the best balanced or anything like that. It's great they have somewhere to go. I still think if you want the most people possible to experience this, you need to incentivize crews working together, especially an event that's literally called CARRI.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with, rewarding players that are already on the top of that S curve, that have already experienced everything, even just a little bit, because if you don't reward them somehow, they're just going to kill people on first sight. And
100%.
it's not, this is what the comment section wasn't understanding. I'm not saying, oh, woe is me, I'm not getting rewarded for this. I'm saying players like myself, we have been forged in the battlefields of Tau Ceti, and as soon as I see someone, they are dead. I shoot first, and I never ask questions. I just shoot first. And so it would be nice to have an event that kind of changes that dynamic and introduces more of that poker with guns ideology into Marathon, and kind of changes up the gameplay loop halfway through the season, and serves as a way for people to experience more of that like core priority contracts gameplay loop. Because in reality, I don't know what Bungie's projection was. It couldn't have been more than, I don't know. If I'm Bungie, how many percent of people do I think before the game comes out are realistically going to beat the compiler? And then it's certainly less than that, and so I would expect they just want people to complete as many of the main storyline contracts as possible.
That's kind of my issue with it as well. Is it's just like, I am glad that it is serving somebody. Like, I'm glad that I'm thrilled that like it is potentially bringing. I mean, like not potentially, like it is definitely bringing people back for you, and it's making the game easier to get into for everybody, which is great and excellent. My issue with it is just like there is nothing. Again, like I agree with skarrow that like the rewards, even for like more beginner players, are just like not very good incentives. But like for me, the only reason
even the purple materials, can't you get purple mats?
But it's RNG, and you only get a certain number of pulls. So it's like I think you can only buy 5 of those kits or something. So it's like you can get some purple mats, which enough for a couple upgrades maybe, but still like if this is an end of season, like experience this before the end of the season. We're over halfway through the season now. There's really no reason to hold back that much when players like us can literally load into Cryo, rat in a corner, and then get 20 purple materials in a single run. Like, it's not... It feels like they're being kind of stingy in the wrong parts of the game, almost, right?
There is no reason not to also reward long-term players. Like, there's just no reason for it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense to basically take people who are having the most fun with the game, which seems to be, as far as I can tell, reading on the internet, people who have a standard trio that they run with all the time, or like enough people to be playing with, are people that are enjoying it most. So it's like the event punishes like that kind of play when a better version of the event
maybe
is
not
just like
punishes, but it doesn't
just doesn't do
incentivize a changing of that dynamic.
Sure. But I mean, it punishes by virtue of the fact that like you could be playing more efficiently by playing some other way. I mean, except that's not actually true because the rewards just aren't good enough. So it's like, it's kind of like there's multiple problems in multiple areas, because like I want people to be able to come back into the game, and I want people to get rewarded for doing so. Those people deserve better rewards, but also like if you're going to build the whole event, why not use it as like a way for people like us who play the game a bunch to like circumvent some of the very bad like BioLens economy. And like, why can't I save like, oh, hey, I let a rook into my team to exfil, and now I can spend 100 accreditations on like 3 BioLens seeds. And now that helps me fix my economy like issue that I have. Like,
and makes the game a little less toxic for more early game players or solo players or whatever. Yeah.
It's just kind of like, if you're gonna do the work to put something like this together, why completely leave out the players that are like the most engaged with the way, not with the game, because clearly, like skarrow said, solo players are super underrepresented, even though they are everywhere and clearly playing a ton of the game. But like Bungie, I kind of ironically is leaving out players from this event who are playing the game the way they envisioned people would play it. Like the way they always advertised the game was like trios focused first, always, and like play with your friends. And those are the people that are like get basically bupkis out of this.
It is actually it is really interesting that this event is centered on the two things that didn't exist in the alpha at all.
Yeah.
There were no solos and there were rook. None of that existed. That's really interesting.
Yeah. It just was like a catch-up event for something that like I don't think they anticipated. I mean, like, not to be a bummer, I don't think they anticipated that people would fall off the game this quickly. I think they anticipated this would be like more useful for a smaller number of people. And it turns out like when you're already running like a niche game, a nicher event, it just feels like, what's going on here?
I don't.
Like
it's weird. It's
you know what I mean?
It's the classic thing also where they use it as part of the marketing, and then it's sort of for a lot of people it's just kind of like people that would look at the marketing. It's kind of a nothing burger.
Right.
It's a little.
More
I'm glad people are enjoying
it.
To be clear, I'm not trying to take anything away from people who are enjoying it. And there were cool things added with this event. The blue unique weapons, very cool. Very, very cool. I've used a couple of them. Volley rifles, very good. Sorry, what?
That's part of the patch, not part of CARRI. I mean, not to be like too like specific.
I mean, it all came at the same.
Sure. I'm just saying that it has nothing to do with the actual event itself.
I wouldn't say. I think in Bungie's mind it does have to do with that because they specifically put it on the beginner 2 maps, which is primarily where like if you think about the CARRI event, right? Like it's the loot for the first 2 maps. It's mostly the contracts for the first 2 maps. It's mostly players that would be playing on those first 2 maps. And there's now unique rewards exclusively for doing the events on the first 2 maps. So I kind of disagree. I think it is intended to be part of the first 2 maps. And the title for the event, what it's Trendsetter or whatever the fuck, Pacesetter, also only has you do events on the first 2 maps. So it's like, I think this is very much like a, hey, if you're in the first 20 to 40 hours of the game, this is for you type of thing. And I just think once again, like I just to sum it up, I think it's called the CARRI event, but there is no incentive to actually carry anyone. And that's like, there's incentive to work together, but they didn't call it the freaking Make a Union event. They called it the CARRI event. So
it is interesting because like, I do feel like I agree with you guys in the sense that I'm like underwhelmed in totality by the event. And also, I think it's suffering from the fact that like, this is something that was planned. So no element of it is really in response to what's actually happened in the first season of the game. But I do also kind of feel like something for these high-end, I mean, you guys, listen, you high-end players, you got Cryo Archive all to yourselves. Most of the time you got out Pinwheel to yourselves. So I'm saying like, I do understand why the focus would be on a group of people that are experiencing the game much differently.
Yeah.
So I don't really know that I have like an issue necessarily with like something not coming for that highest level of player, because again, I just feel like that in-game.
The only reason I'm advocating for that is to stop us from killing them. That's it.
100%.
That's it. That's like, I don't care about the rewards for my set. This is not a skarrow issue. This is the top 10% of people, even though there is level-based matchmaking, will still be in those lobbies. I talk to people in Prox Chat all the time who are new players. We still get matched with them, and they will get annihilated. So give us a reason to not do that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you just said, like, we're talking about being like, oh, rooks, like, now don't kill the rooks. They don't want you to kill us. Like, it's like not a fucking chance, dude. Like, not a chance. I
have no reason to not kill a rook.
Right, exactly. I'm not going to risk my run, which is the problem with letting rooks live, is risking your run. I'm not going to do that for bupkis on our part. Like, it just doesn't, it feels in that way just poorly thought out.
Especially when I could kill the rook, take its mercy kit, down another rook, res it, and get 10 more Arachne XP for getting a headshot.
Listen to how disconnected you are from your violence. Res it. That's another person in that shell, skarrow. Okay, I know your nipples are lactating right now at thought of violence, but there's a person in there, okay?
Allegedly. I still
a lot of
think
concern for your health in the comments for that last episode.
Dude, I think rooks are just their grassroots propaganda campaign. And not grassroots, they're a UESC propaganda. They're like birds.
They're the opposite of grassroots?
Yeah, they're the
paid actors. Rooks are paid actors.
That's right. They are like birds in real life, that sit on these telephone poles and spy on us and charge all day, government surveillance. That's rooks for the UESC. We'll work with you. No, they're recording you so you can be jailed.
Okay. Listen, I get it. You don't want to be down here with the little people. I understand.
No, I do. That's the point. I literally do. I want reasons to help.
Then maybe you start treating us rucks like we're people.
If Bungie gives me a reason to treat you like you're a person.
So what I'm hearing is that you need to be incentivized to treat others.
I do agree. Why? Okay, this one sentence.
I'm
right
saying
here.
the same thing.
Want to
so
risk on-the-fly diplomacy for cyber accommodations as a solo player or a rook or a trio. Just add that, right?
Just add that. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's all my video was saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all I was saying. And it's like, it's either I help, I have the ability and I give to those with the need, or I trickle down the lead economics into their head. And that's it. Those are the two options, okay? And it's like, right now, I'm killing on sight. That's it. So it's like...
Trickle down lead economics is...
Let a brother lactate. Come on.
Very early into the show for me to already have the name of the audio podcast.
So that's just that's it. I wasn't like... At no point, I was like, okay, maybe I worded the video badly, or maybe, and I watched it like 2 or 3 times, and it's pretty clear what I'm saying, so I'm pretty sure just people aren't watching it, and it's fine.
Clear.
I'm not. It's not.
Wait, I watched the video. Was the video not well received? Is that what happened? I'm confused.
The entire comment section is people saying it's a very elitist take. When my take is, give me a reason to help you. That's it. It's like I've been trained for the last month and a half to kill on sight. And I'm using myself as like a vector or as like a metaphor for the rest of the fucking 200, 300 hour marathon community. This is not Skarrow's a fucking psychopath and he just wants to kill everyone, even though that is applicable sometimes. It's just like, everyone thinks like that. They just don't have the platform to be like, Bungie, please let me carry, let me help other people. Give us any incentive to do that. And people will be like, oh, your incentive should be the player numbers. My fucking job isn't to care about the goddamn Steam charts, bro. That's not my job. I don't make the game. I play the game.
That's Paul Tassie's job.
If Bungie gives me the tools, if I want to save 10 mercy kits and farm a rook, that doesn't make me a bad person. That makes Bungie bad people because they let me do that. Okay.
Well, and to be fair, they are incentivizing you to kill the rook.
Yes, they give me XP.
Right. So, like, they are doing the opposite. They need to counteract their own incentives.
Need I remind everyone that no one even thought about rooks as bad guys until that guy in the trailer was like, I murder rooks all the time. Bungie supplanted the seeds of rook hate.
It is. That is like the funniest part about this whole thing is that it's an event that's like named CARRI. The concept, is working together with other players, and every piece of marketing that they've done for all this time is the exact opposite. Like, we're not like Arc Raiders, we're the tough guys. Like, that literally was like a huge part of it. So it is funny that like that's the mid-season. Like, okay, well, you guys can chill out. Like, you're being a little fucking crazy. Like, you guys can help each other. A little too much.
I still think a bunch of rooks on Cryo Archive would have been a better event, but I'm happy for solo people and some rooks who are finding success.
Rooks on Cryo Archive would have been incredible.
It would have been awesome, but it's all right. Whatever. Moving on to the next point. The sponsor kit only Dire Marsh game mode launched this week. And I don't know about you fellas. I fucking adore it. It is so much fun.
It fucking rules hard.
It rules. Okay. Jake?
I've had fun with it.
Oh no.
Hold on, let me okay. I think what it illustrates most to me personally is that the game plays really fun as a battle royale game. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think like just the idea of everyone being on a more even playing field, going into the map and finding weapons, the combat engagements where it's like you're not necessarily having to worry about the extraction elements. It's cool. It's an entirely different thing. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I even did a few like quests on that mode because we wouldn't have to worry about like, people just fucking stacked trying to run POIs and stuff like that. Like people are actually looting. But I do think like the reason why I'm enjoying it is like it's highlighting the parts of the game that I think are most antithetical maybe to an extraction experience, which I feel like is interesting. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but that's kind of that's what I'm feeling when I'm playing it.
It makes me nostalgic. It makes me miss it makes me like excited for the reset.
Yeah,
like because
same.
I miss like that style of play. Okay, I don't want to go for too long, so you say your thing, but I think I have a hot take that people get mad at me before, that this is like kind of making me think a lot of when playing this, but please continue.
Okay, so
we'll come back.
I like it for a few reasons. One, the meta is infinitely better here. You don't have to worry about fucking goo gun. There's way less ability or gun spam. You don't have to worry about bubbles that much, and you don't have to worry about self-reses. It is just an entirely different game when I can down someone and just worry about them. Or my teammates get down, and I actually have to think, oh, how do I break engagement temporarily to get that res? We had a really awesome 4-team maintenance kind of scuffle yesterday, where I was playing with Bog and Vic, and it was I playing with Bog and Vic? I might have been playing with Fall. It might have been 2 days ago. I don't remember. But it was just genuinely so much fun. Like, where it's just like, you don't have heals, so you're really picking your engagements in your corners, and you're using, we all had the fucking Arachne thing, so we're using the Demolitionist, and you can't aim worth a shit with it. And it's like, it's so much fun. Like, it makes you play the map so much harder, and it really makes you use your kit. One thing I don't really like is that it puts way too much of an emphasis on triage because of a lack of heals.
I was literally about to say that.
So I think that is probably one issue with it, and it is also highlighted to me how rare some of those events on Dire Marsh are, and that's really annoying to wipe a lobby or survive multiple encounters and then be like, all right, we just have to exfil because we literally got fuck all this run because the boss didn't spawn and there was no anomalous signal and there was no lockdown. And that sucks. There should always be something bigger to do on the map at some point in time.
100%.
So there are sort of where I am with this is I want them to keep experimenting with fun modes like this. I think it's so much fun. I see a lot of people saying they should make this the ranked experience in Marathon. I actually think the exact opposite. I think ranked is the perfect place to spend all of your farmed loot, and that makes the most sense. And fully do your realized build crafting. I replied to a Paul tweet today, and he was like, I forget exactly what he said, but he's like, I don't know why anyone would do this long term or whatever. And I think it would be really cool as like not only a mode to get contracts done, and I think it's a very low stakes way to learn your kit, get better at the game, learn the POIs, in a way, because we don't have like firing ranges or whatever, like try out different guns, experiment with different things. And then it could also be a really fun credits farming mode where everything is automatically exfilled. You get to keep your salvage. Everything else is sold. You don't get to keep anything, and it's immediately converted to credits.
Yeah, and salvage and credits. I like that.
And so like early game, it's like a great way to learn all the new changes, or even at the beginning of a patch, it's a great way to learn all these new changes. You're getting some rewards for it, but you're not like, it's just stacking your vault for no cost. You're not essentially replacing rooks, right? And that gives you a good way to refresh if you're still you're still capped by like how many things you can buy a day in the store, and it's a good way to refresh your credits while still doing interesting things in the game. And that's something I would like to see them experiment with, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I feel like that's an interesting solution. I mean, there are people are always like, what's the point of having sponsored kit and rooks? And I think like that kind of highlights maybe a good way to do that. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of the opinion, like, what if you just made sponsored kits puts you into this special sponsored kit mode where you just go against other people who are all sponsored kitting? But then I think some people really do like doing the rags to riches kind of situation where you drop into the main mode. But maybe there's like, I don't know, maybe you just say, hey, if you want to do that, drop knife, and go for it. I think maybe you just do that, and then it actually gives sponsored kits a purpose. And I don't know. I think there's some interesting things they could do with that. for sure that I would like to see them continue with, because like, man, it's like so fun. The game is very fun in the beginning. Before, and like I think the game is also very, I had a ton of fun in ranked this week on perimeter. It like turned out to be our best map in a way that very much surprised us, but like it's there are things about it that get not as good as you get farther into the season and have me kind of longing for the reset. And this like feels like we're back. It's fun to just like throw yourself at a team and feel like I don't have to worry about any of this shit that I have on me. I don't have to worry about rebuilding anything.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about even like I don't have to worry about getting back to the lobby and going, well, I have the stuff for my vault, but I have to buy all this ammo again because I don't keep ammo in my vault anymore. Or like I have to buy all these meds, which I actually have plenty of meds, but like every time I have to rebuild, I have to do so much busy work at this point to just like get back to ready.
Yeah.
And it's nice to just be able to go. One of the best parts about playing Rook is when you die, I just slam my keyboard, my space bar until it sends me into another one. And that's like, if you get to the exit screen on Rook and you hit your keyboard like 5 times, it just sends you right back into another one on the space bar. And it's great. Like it's a very satisfying feeling. And I miss doing that. Even though I think the like feeling of accumulating all of your stuff is like they're two great tastes, and they can't exist together unless they do something like this, which I think is really effective.
I am like, just based off of all the feedback I've been seeing, like it's overwhelmingly positive on Reddit, on Twitter, and videos. It is not quite to the same scale, obviously, but it's almost giving like Fortnite being save the world first and then the battle royale becoming real popular.
Oh no,
it's like it's vaguely similar to that, where it's like, oh no, people are liking the other game mode more, man.
The game should stay an extraction shooter. I like the extraction aspects of Marathon.
I agree, but it's I mean, other games have done this too, like freaking PUBG has like an arena mode. PUBG, yeah, I think it does, yeah. And like, games do this sort of thing where they experiment a little bit, but you just can't. They can never make it rewarding enough to replace the actual main game, right? Like, it's great to have the option, but you don't want 80% of people to be playing the sponsor kit only game mode. So,
well, and also like, shit, I lost what I was gonna say. Just completely, just like
I agree.
Yeah, I think it highlights how fucking terrible, like you're saying, self-reses are.
Yes.
Because the self-res eliminates your ability to make a choice when you're in a fight.
Yes.
Because you don't have a choice. You have to get the finish on that person, which means you're not consciously thinking about whether or not you're going to have to actually push this person that you down, because you know you have to push because you only have the numbers advantage right now, and most likely they're coming up. And also it eliminates the fucking waster shit when you're inside areas.
Yeah, waster and bubble.
Yeah. So it's just, I think it literally highlights the parts of the game that might need some tweaking in a really cool way, where it's like eliminating them shows you kind of how nice, how green the grass could be.
So good.
Okay.
I maintain the knife changes were shit though.
Agreed. Fully terrible.
I never ghost melee'd before this patch. I'm ghost meleeing constantly.
The magnetism is so fucked now. It's terrible.
Revert at least the lunges.
And Mike, we may have talked about this last week. Why did the thermals get nerfed again? Am I a crazy person? Because
it's so weird
nerfed.
because
then they got nerfed again.
The purples got nerfed. The blues didn't. But the blues no longer drop, but they're still in the game. So I have like 5 blue thermals I'm just never touching, but they're like significantly better than the purple thermals. I don't really...
the fact that why would you literally ever use a thermal on a sniper now? It halves
on Marsh. On Marsh, just take it on and off. That's it. It's
that sucks.
It does suck, but it's the only way that changes is if they remove the fog from Dire Marsh.
That's like, it's just so bad though. It's like, no, just make the thermal a toggle.
Yes.
You have the technology. There's already a scope that toggles. Just make it to where when you're at the lower range, it's got a thermal on it, and then when you do the extended range, it makes it clear. Like, otherwise, I don't do not do the fucking menu gaming Destiny loadout swap.
Well, I don't think they intend
game.
for that. It's just the
I know, but that's what's happening already, and it's just, it drives me nuts. It's just like, I don't want to use the base Strider. I don't want to have to be like, oh, hold on, the fog lit up. Let me pull this thing off of my inventory in my inventory so I can actually use my gun. Like, it's so, God, it drives me crazy. I don't understand why I just don't use them anymore. Just don't use them. I just don't like. It just feels bad.
I literally only on Dire, and it's the green fog version of Dire is just so much, dude. It's like, I hate it. I don't know about you guys. I hate all things that tank your sight. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't. Obstruct your sight. Like, if I have an assassin on my team, I'm never rezzing them. Like, I hate playing with someone just fucking whipping out smokes everywhere. I hate it. It is my least favorite thing in the game. I will play in bubbles 100 out of 100 times before I rush into a smoke. I cannot stand smoke gameplay, and fog is very reminiscent of that. And so I don't know. I just think if you make the fog a little bit less obstructive and just remove thermals, I think that's probably the best thing for the game.
It's when people walk in front of me with signal jammer on, like my friends, that really like sends me like through the fucking floor. Okay. Like with what Jake was saying though, with like highlighting some of the issues with the game, is what this game mode does real quick.
Yeah.
I have come, I think, to the realization and the belief in the thinking that purple shields is too much. As somebody who's been dropping like exclusively purple shields for the past like 3 weeks, I think it's too much health. I think they should, to be clear, they should keep purple shields, but I think it elongates the TTK to the point where I think it is less fun. I think the game is at peak fun when the hardest shields you're running into are what is currently blue shields. So I think they should just like drop 20 health off of runners. In season 2.
So I don't know if I necessarily agree,
health,
but that's interesting.
You have 80 health. And then if you have purple shields, you have 80 shields. So it just doubles your health instead of adding 80 on top of it. And I think I had more fun with the game when it was us in blue shields versus other blue shields than I have when it's us as purple shields versus other purple shields. I think ironically, it kind of like allows you to play sloppier when you are now going up. Like,
well, it allows you to get one tap by snipers, which is my biggest thing that I don't like.
I think I think I would be okay with them then, like, what they would need, obviously this would have to have a larger rebalancing of some of those high damage threshold items.
Yeah.
Because I still want to exist in a world where you can't get one tapped by snipers if you have the best shields. So, and I realize saying like they should just reduce all the damage, it means that you're at the same problem point. I think they should keep the TTK of like most things, but stuff like shotguns and snipers, they should make them so you can't get one shot with blue shields, because you can get one tapped on the outland with blue shields, and I think it should basically, outland should basically, a headshot should bring you to the same amount of health that it does if you have a purple shield right now and you get headshot. I personally just think the game is more fun. I also like longer term engagements, to be clear, and I think they just get way overly long when you're in purple shield fights, which I think is why people are gravitating more towards just like rush strategies. Also, just because shotguns are really good. Yeah. But shotguns can just like end, like either give you an advantage, a numbers advantage, or end a fight almost immediately. Whereas like snipers, you have to coordinate a lot more once people have purple shields, and you have to like double headshot the same person and like insta down them. So I don't know. I think I would love to see them try it in like season
like
2.
an LTM or something. That's interesting.
Okay, hold on. We gotta pause. We gotta take a timeout. Just a side note. Listen, if you're watching the podcast, you need to go back the past 30 seconds. Bro, you're killing the beard game right now, Skarrow. The whole time you were saying that shit, Ryan, he was like just very naturally hitting the stroke. No, it was like the thinking man. You were like a wizard, dude.
No, this is actually the most. I have not heard anyone suggest that. And in fact, most people think the TTK is a little too fast. And I find that it's a very interesting take that I've not considered. You know, and it's weird. It's especially interesting because the TTK...
It didn't disgust you immediately, though, which is...
No, it's interesting. Shields were... They used it in the alpha. They gave you way more health. They've been nerfed for the real game.
I think they should nerf him 20 more. Like
That's
just like
so interesting, man. Huh? I like the beard thing though. Now that you said it, I'm like, oh, that feels good.
It's good. It's very. You seem very learned.
Now you're gonna be heartbroken next week when you have to shave it.
Oh, next week they have to lose 4 games. Hopefully, it's
wait.
not...
That's how hockey works. You have to lose 4 games. Oh, yeah, it's series.
It's best of 7. It's best of 7. Yeah, NBA rules. Yeah.
I think with Time to Kill, there's this dude c.a.r.r.i on YouTube, great channel. Check him out. He talks a lot about marathon, sweaty esports gamer type of fella. But he has made a point before that I think Time to Kill actually makes the game more approachable to a more casual audience.
Higher
because the lower
or
the
lower
time,
time,
lower time to kill gives people the chance to pull something off, even if mechanically their skills aren't as high. The problem, I think, with marathon in terms of making that change, which I do think could be cool, is that the entire flow of the game would change. The reason why people can push so hard and utilize all of the movement, I think is partially tied to the fact that if there's a little bit of distance, the engagements get, a little bit drawn out and you get the interplay of the abilities and stuff. So while I do like the idea, because I think it would make the game a little bit more accessible, I think, to have a slightly lower time to kill. I just don't know if I feel like you would have to balance everything else around it. And I don't know what that would look like.
It's also
because I'm an idiot. And
the PvE side of this as well. I just don't think it needs to change at all. Like, imagine if you had 20 less health against bots. Wait. You're saying
I think the bots are way too easy. I think the bots are not even a threat. I think the bots
I
should get a buff.
I don't know. Yeah.
The bots are only going to kill me if my entire team is down and I'm in a PvP fight and I get backed up. They're only a threat when other players are involved.
I disagree. I'm not saying like white bots, but the Waster bots or the Miss Raya bots can kill you. The sniper bots 2-shot you on maybe 3-shot you on a purple shield. It's like
really,
yeah, it's quite significant.
But you can outrun any bot. There's no bot that you can't outrun. You can outrun every turret.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well,
you can always
I feel like I have become.
Also, have either of you fought the compiler yet? Because it literally three taps you. Like
the compiler's a whole different. You're right. That's
that's a whole.
I have no idea about that. But I'm saying the bots on the map, not a threat. Like that's why a PvE mode wouldn't work. A PvE mode wouldn't work because the bots are a joke. Like you can either run away from them or use a bunch of abilities.
No, I do think they're boring, but it's like to a point. I think they're boring, but I do find myself, especially mid PvP engagement, not when my team, and maybe I just play maybe we just play different. Like maybe we played more spread out or whatever. But I do find myself constantly getting aligning with Ninja on being pissed off at the bots.
I find them annoying, but I feel like that's usually because I am becoming complacent because I have purple shields all the time now and I don't need to fucking worry about them at all. So then when they do start to mess with me, I'm like, what the fuck? I used to respect them a lot more when I had less health. And I think that's better for the game. I think that's healthier. I think the fact that I can largely just run by bots and then get punched by a commander and be like, what the and then get pissed about it. But I'm pissed. At least this is what happens when I'm doing it. I'm not saying you're doing this. But every time it happens, I get pissed and I'm like, this is so fucking annoying. This bot's pushing me around and I'm like, oh, maybe I should just kill it. Maybe I should have just killed it instead of
I'm just going on the record. I think bot damage versus players is in a good place right now. And
I don't think they need to
But what about this? If you're solo and there's no other players that get involved and you go fight the warden, are you ever going to die? Let's say you fight the warden 100 times. Do you ever die in that encounter? You're fighting the warden on Dire Marsh underneath.
Probably not, no.
Okay, I think that's a problem. I think sometimes the bots have to overwhelm you, or else they're not a threat.
That's more of a pathing thing, though. The reason that's true is because I can shoot the warden from across the world, and he won't come after me.
I think that's another element that makes the bots they're not a threat. In every other extraction, even to an extent like ARC, I feel sometimes the bots are going to catch you out, and even if you're alone, there's no other players. Sometimes you can get down by them. Tarkov,
bots
especially,
are more of a threat than players in ARC.
Yeah, yeah, right. But I mean, Tarkov, you run across a standard bot. I mean, they might just dome you. It's possible.
I think
that makes the threat more
of this is the changes to the Nox Warden on Outpost it was a joke. It always went into the one room and stood there. After the changes, dude, especially with those fucking poison flowers, that I hate fighting that guy. It's genuinely awful.
Okay, whoever places the toxin flowers at Bungie is amazing. Fucking promote that person, because they're on every map. They're in genius positions.
They're my
also
number one.
In the way.
They're my number one op, bro.
Brilliant.
Fuck you.
Yeah, they're my number one op. Yeah,
you're amazing. And
but just the change of making the warden always go into that room to now rotating around both floors of dorms has
I haven't fought him since. That sounds horrible.
Significantly more intimidating. And dangerous, and because it's toxin, it goes through shields. Like one of us dies like every time we fight him. Like it's pretty annoying. But I think it's all bot behavior. I think the damage is in a good spot. It's whatever. I'm willing to try out anything. I get very nervous with certain types.
Clip that.
Yeah. But interesting take with the shields. I don't know. I'm curious what people. Comment down below what you think about that. Because I
think I agree with Jake that I think
I'm unsure.
When you feel like as a player that you can more easily like catch someone out and actually punish a mistake of a player who has better shields than you, I think the game is in a better spot. And I think purple shields is the only place where, when I was a blue shield player, or regularly as a purple shield player, when I see a blue shield player, purple shields was the first time I felt like somebody would, like, regularly we started going, I think they pinged us, and then they left because they didn't want to fuck with our shields. And I feel like that wasn't the case from green to blue. But there's some break point with purple where it starts to feel like, oh, this player can make a lot more mistakes and not go down, or even our perfect ambush, they have enough time to get out. Whereas they didn't before. And I think as somebody who plays the game in more of a slower play style, which isn't to say like rat play, but like more like as like a more of a like creeping through the map, watching sight lines, like being very careful and judicious. Like that's how we like to play. I think that is the type of gameplay that I think the game excels at, is the like methodical, like being when the game is about two teams trying to start a war on their own terms, on their own ideal turf, that's when the game is at its best, and that's why I don't like Cryo. But we could get more to that later. But yeah, I would be very curious to see what it would do. But I think Jake's YouTube recommendations are right on the money with that. I think it actually becomes more accessible that way.
They have to change how grenades work then.
They got to change how grenade work, period.
Yeah.
See, that's
regardless of whether they change shields, they got to change how grenades work.
Yeah. With any of these changes, I feel like the game is so tied. And that's one of the cool things about the game, is that every single system plays into each other. And so having an advanced knowledge of it feels very satisfying, because everything, I think that's one of the best things about it. Yeah, I think that it does create the flaw of like, even thinking of one of these changes is going to domino into everything else. And
they would need to do a lot of stuff in order to make 20 less health work. Like it would change the entire game.
Yeah.
Kevin?
But maybe for the best. Kevin, what's up, buddy?
Kevin, I would be interested in, we got to get someone on the podcast. I want to ask some questions, dude. It's interesting when you bring up the breakpoint between blue and purple, because I have that same mental thing when I ping a gold shield, even though it is it's identical to a purple shield. I'm like, I can't kill that guy. Even if I have a gold, I'm like, I can't kill that guy. And I have to remind myself, no, you can kill that guy. That's actually easy. Like,
we literally had that in ranked, where we got like a sick ass pick. We got an amazing kill on our team, and we didn't loot a bag because we heard somebody recon pinged, and I saw two purples or like a blue, a purple, and a gold shield walking towards us, and we were like, gold, get out. We're all decked out in purples, but also we had also, to be clear, like we had hit our rank max.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get to gold 1, and we did. And we were just like, get out. Nope, preserve, make it.
Oh, nice. You're ahead of me now.
And I don't even have Drewski to help me out.
I have not played ranked with Drewski since my very first match at Bungie. I do not want to play ranked very specifically with Drewski because
wouldn't.
I will get ran. No amount of carry events helping my ass in that situation, bro.
Yeah, lean into it.
Okay, so the patch happened this week.
Yes.
We got a new recon cutscene. Awesome cutscene. Severely overhyped the spider, which is still dog ass. It is still so bad.
It is not. It is not.
Yes,
dog
it
ass.
is. It is dog
It
ass.
is still. Hold on. I think Fallout put it great. I think earlier today when I was talking about it, I was like, the spider now exists like as an ability, like it functions, but he is drunk at the wheel. Like 100%.
I think
like
Fallout's tweet said, "Can we please upgrade this thing to have a high school level education?"
He said, exactly. Which I agree. Like I think that is 100%. Yes,
it's dog ass,
but it's not terrible.
No, it's bad.
It is not. I have probably hit more people in the last week than I was able to hit with that entire stupid thing since launch.
He went from 0 to 1, everybody.
Yeah,
let's go.
It still should be better. When ticks exist in the game, they have the technology.
Yeah,
like ticks that will find you if you like go through the portal to Narnia. It'll still like travel all the way. Like ticks are better recons than recon is, and so they have the technology to make the crab do that. And it still is kind of like we'll run up a wall and go, hey, there's a bot above here, and they go wee and fall all the way off and explode. And that just makes me upset because like you could do better. I'm watching the ticks do better. So
it's still dog ass.
It's not done, but it's not dog ass anymore. It feels like an actual ability that I can use.
The changes to the ult are good though. I like the changes.
Great
to
changes.
The ult. Yep, feels good. Feels great.
Yeah. My girl's back. I like her a lot. I think she still feels great. I think I played her through ranked all this week. But I kind of had a moment when I was playing with my friends where I was like, do we feel like she's adding as much value as like I add when I'm on Destroyer? Because of kind of what I think I talked a little bit about last week. The meta has just shifted so far off of using finishers at all. I feel like, and to the point where it's just like, I feel like I'm losing half of her kit.
Finishers matter again in Sponsor Kit Dire because for the heals.
Yes, 100%.
We didn't say that earlier, but that is another reason that mode just shine, like makes so many of the systems of marathons shine so well.
Yeah. And right now it's kind of like, I've been talking so much. I apologize to everybody. To me, it's why we are never, ever going to like leave somebody up unless it's like the perfect opportunity to finish. Like we did it like once or twice in all of ranked. Yeah. Because most of the time it's like down, secure the kill, secure it. Because now we're in a 2v3 and that is everything in marathon. Like that completely shifts the odds in your favor. Not that you can't lose them, but like getting the 2v3 is way more important than knowing where people are. And so even when we have a recon on your team, like it's just not enough incentive. They need to do something about that aspect of her kit because it feels like she just has no passives once you get to the point where no good player is taking the time to finish because it's risky and it's just not as valuable as just making sure the person doesn't get back up or that they have to spend a considerable amount of resources to get that person up from the bag.
Yeah. How about those Vandal buffs though, eh?
That made my heart happy. As somebody who knows the tech, that Vandal's very, very good. She's like kind of the best shell in the game in some ways already. Seeing that they were like, there's Vandal buffs, and the Vandal buffs are like,
they definitely had something more planned, and they were like, fuck. There's no way they wrote that tease if they didn't have more
with
planned.
What they did to her signal jam stuff, it's a nerf. Like they nerfed her, actually.
Yeah.
Making her ult have lower cooldown is a buff for people who are learning Vandal.
It's 180 to 150 seconds. Is that what it was?
Yes. So they cut 30 seconds off of it, which is, I mean, like for people who are learning how she works and like learning how to get into the groove with her.
Yeah.
Like, which are the people who think that she's bad, to be clear, are people who are like new to the game and don't see that she adds a lot. For them, it's great. I think that's good. It's a correct buff. But for anybody who thought they were like, oh, they're going to buff her when like it's all some of the best players ever play already. I was nervous about it, and seeing the patch notes be like, it's nothing, was delightful.
Jake, any favorite stuff from the patch?
The bully got weaker. That kind of bummed me out. Okay, the self damage on the biotoxic disinjector.
Big.
That seems like a good call. I still haven't ran into it since that first week where they debuffed it, though. So I don't know. I don't know like how it is actually. Oh, we're missing the worst thing. Okay, listen, guys. Listen, I'm gonna be a hater here for just a moment. What the fuck did they do to the implants? What the fuck did they do to the chips?
Preach!
Not only do they look like weird Doom 2016 bullshit, they also don't fix the issue that people had where it wasn't giving the information. That was the problem that people had with the implants was, oh, I can't look at it and tell what the fuck it does. This doesn't do that. This just changes it to make it this weird, glossy, fucking little icon.
It looks so bad.
It's so weird. It's a change that makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, looks a beautiful image on its own. I feel like it totally doesn't flow with the game. Like it looks weird to me out of everything else.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the chips as well. The chips look weird.
But conversely, the weapon parts got like a glow up too. Like just and I think they look good. I think the
weapon mods,
not the chips, but like the mags and the barrels and the sights.
Yeah.
Like they all got a glow up, and I think they all look way better now. The chips look completely unfinished. And yeah, the implants just need to go back. I genuinely hate this change. I think it. And dude, the worst offender is the shield. They just made the icon worse. It didn't make it more readable. It was already fine. It just looks bad.
I can't believe they didn't do anything to designate reinforced shields, which is like the one thing that people really wanted them to do with shield stuff was to be like, it would be a little nice if I could see if it was reinforced or not at a glance on greens. And they were like, what if we just made the icon a little bigger, but we did it to all of them?
All of them. Get fucked.
I genuinely don't understand the change. Also, that wasn't included in the patch notes, was it? I didn't see that.
They tweeted it out after. Well. That's a classic Bungie thing.
Yeah, Jake, get used to this. This is a classic Bungie.
Missing things in patch notes and then tweeting about it from one obscure Twitter account. And that's like, that's the Bungie classic, okay?
Okay.
Love you guys.
Yeah. I can't believe that it makes zero sense to me.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't understand it.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me when they do these tweaks because it feels like it's going to get confusing after a while because I feel like they're still going to iterate on stuff. Like other thing, like a good version of this is like the currencies when you're in your in the beginner screen, like they're colored now. They look way better. And another weird thing they did is when you go down, there's now a second before you can self-res, and the font is different. Like the pop-up, that's like kill yourself or self-res. Those options they look different. And it's just, that's not in the patch notes. It doesn't really matter. But it's like those small changes that it's just weird. It's just like, and I don't know. It's fine. Good things they did, added more Battle Pass stuff. Everything looks great. And
all the goth skins are great.
The Arachne skins are so good.
The Arachne skins are they're easily the best ones. They're the most of the faction ones. They're the most. They actually like.
They're some of the best skins in the game.
Yeah,
like, that's the real recon buff. Is the fucking goth girl spider thigh tattoo?
God,
that shit's awesome.
That's just sick. And the like choker on thief. Those look real good, dude. I'm a big fan of those skins for sure.
Also, they're retroactive, so huge win on that for Bungie. Like they're like amazing. The fact that you didn't have to drop another sponsored kit run to go get them is like so.
I did not know they were retroactive.
They are retroactive. Yes, I did an Arachne drop thinking they were already in the game weeks ago, like an idiot, before I realized there was no Arachne kits before they had said something about it. And so I was like, well, shit, I'm going to have to do this again someday. And I didn't. I just logged in and I had them. And like,
that's sick.
Yay. Great. Thank you.
Have you guys played with the railguns at all?
No.
I haven't yet.
Supposedly, so I was playing with a couple people using them yesterday. And I feel like they're going to start gaining traction. They seem.
I've been telling you guys, the railguns are good. The body shot damage is insane, and now that you can hold it forever, it is going to go way fucking crazier.
Yeah.
I kind of heard that they were ass still, but that's interesting.
I had once again, I didn't really use them, but my teammates were having a lot of success with the Zeus yesterday. So something to keep your,
I would like
your
them to.
eye
They're
out
neat.
for. Yes, and especially
like
if like
when
thermals and snipers keep getting hit, then snipers got an RPM buff, both of them, I believe.
Yep.
At least the long shot did. I think both of them might have.
An RPM buff or an RPM debuff?
Debuff. They got nerfed.
Debuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
long shot went from 90 to 60 RPM.
It's very noticeable.
Very noticeable. The Outland went from 43 to 39, so less noticeable.
It's less noticeable.
Yeah, it's about 10%. Actually, exactly 10. Well, not quite, but
The
about
long
10%.
shots.
Yeah.
Very, very noticeable.
So, yeah, I think that those were probably to make room for the railguns. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through everything here.
I hope they rule, man. I like it when the like more not that railguns have never existed in anything, but I like it when the more unique Bungie guns are good. I like it when fusion rifles are good in Destiny. It feels like especially in PvE, like it feels like we're in a good
That's
spot.
weird. You were complaining about the biotoxic disinjector for like the last 2 months.
Yeah, well,
interesting.
2 months.
I
no
thought
one
you...
had the biotoxic disinjector
4
weeks
Skarrow
ago.
has.
Yeah, maybe you didn't, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, Skarrow has. Drewski gave it to him in week 1.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I like it. I don't play fucking Crucible in Destiny. Like, kind of masochist do you think I am? I don't like the Crucible.
I killed an Iron Banner today.
Oh, look at you! I've heard. I heard a Destiny thing that the gun is like hard to get or something, but it's really cool.
Yeah, people seemed mad about that. I have not gotten it yet. I haven't played it.
I just played it.
I don't know. I played a little bit of Guardian games, but I haven't played Iron Banner yet. I'm not a big Crucible fan.
Thief Drone got nerfed.
Thank Christ.
Yep, good.
Only one Claymore now.
They need to change it so the Thief Drone cannot rip hollow tags in ranked.
Yes.
Why?
Bad change. Because they can knock it out of your inventory without you noticing, and then it's just like randomly on the fucking map somewhere, and you can never find it again.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's like the first thing. It's almost always the first thing it knocks out of your inventory too. So it's just like I don't like it at all.
And they're way more noticeable. They're so much louder than they were. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what you guys. We were talking a little bit about this, my friends. I'm curious what you guys think about Thief. Generally, I feel like Thief is kind of the character most in need of a rework. Not necessarily because I think she's bad. I think she's like very good. I just think she like has a weird identity that eats a little bit too much into the identities of some of the
Oh, you think she's too
characters.
Good?
Yeah, well, I think she's too good in a way of like in a specific
multifaceted.
In a kit, she's too good in a kit way that's going to make her very difficult to balance, because like her recon or like her drone is better for recon than Blackbird ult or really anything that Blackbird does. And similarly, like, well, different, not necessarily better. And like her repositioning with her grapple hook makes her like a good competitor to Glitch. And I kind of just wish that they would do more with like giving her some better like thief focused identity stuff that doesn't eat the lunch so much of some of the other characters.
Related to the recon, the change that now they made it so claymores can attach to the drone, but you can only put one on.
Great.
It's too much. It's
really?
Free recon and it's free ordnance. Man.
I know I think both of you guys have this backwards. I think the problem with Thief is that it's not that the other characters or that she needs to get debuffed. She's showing how all of the characters should feel. The problem is that like all of the shells should have that feeling where it's like their shit is so good that it can be pivotal to win a fight. And I feel like recon and triage, I feel like is in a weird spot because I would want to include them, but the revive is so powerful, especially now with the bags being red.
I think if you give triage any sort of movement ability, I think it is up there easily.
Yeah.
I think without
maybe they're the fucking supercharge that gives them the weapons handling and the EMP charge. If that gave them like a little bit more movement speed or something,
a little more agility or something.
Do you know how you make triage good in endgame? I just thought about this. It like literally just off the top of my dome right now. You know how you make them good? Instead of making the longer you charge the wires, make it go further. Make it the longer you charge the wire, the more it yanks the player towards you. once you get them.
Oh, interesting.
Because the biggest problem with triage is that once you're playing in end game lobbies where people know what they're doing and are aware that there's a triage in the map, you res somebody and they go down instantly. Unless there's a bubble shield protecting them, they go down instantly. I cannot remember the last time in a ranked match where a triage actually got a res that we didn't instantly kill that person.
Mm-hmm.
So
there might be a purple core though that changes that. Like there might be a purple core that isn't there a purple core for triage? Maybe it just boosts or cleanses effects. I thought there was one that gives you like a shield, like your shields start going up on.
It's still not enough. I'm saying like the second. I'm saying the second we hear like as the player's getting up from the res, they go down immediately because like we have someone watching the bag. Like it's just not happening. But if you allowed triage to basically like yank a player towards them as they were like yank their ally as they res them up, like that would make a genuinely huge difference because you could pull someone into cover to res them. And
I don't mind that. And
it would make that so strong. It would be so strong.
Them the ability, the unique ability to be able to drag people that are down, like a combat medic, something like that.
That also, I think like you can do both of those, or like or if you allowed triage to like pull the bag or something like to move, that might be like very hard technically. But
also I think kind of trolly, right? Like you kill someone and then you just like drag their friend's bag off them.
Oh man, if you could drag the enemy bags, I mean like you can do some really we on an outpost run once when we couldn't find someone's third, we took a bunch of their friend's stuff and we literally threw it off the side of the map because we couldn't carry all of it with us. There's some fucked up stuff you could do. If you could pull someone's bag off the map, that'd be fucked up. But I think if you could just like triage, I think is just as shields go up and as like you get more players who are more disciplined about bag watch, I think triage gets like quite underwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially like the med bots just heal too slow. Once you have purple shields, they're never going to get you there. They're never going to save you meds the way they save you meds in the dire march thing. So I think I agree that I think you could bring other people up to Thief's level, and you could do something cool. Oh, I have a runner pitch for you guys. This is a good place to do my runner pitch. I had a thought earlier today. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. As we were doing perimeter, and there's a lot of weather effects on perimeter. And I started to think, wouldn't it be cool if like season 4 introduced a runner whose ultimate ability allowed you to change the weather in a POI?
Like
a storm.
Fog?
A storm type of thing. No, like you're like, I'm in North Relay. And like, think about it. You're like, I'm in North Relay and we hear a team coming up. We don't want to fight them. We have droned them out and seen that they're on the ridge. They're waiting for us. And it's being like, all right, fog the map.
Oh, okay, wait.
And like you lay fog in the area. Or like we need to go from one POI to the other, make it rain. Like,
we take it a step farther, and instead of it being weather-based, it's anomaly-based. It's a runner built on anomaly tech. And what you can do is if you get a full team within a certain radius, you hit your power and you warp them into a fucking psychedelic nether realm, and you just 3v3 arena style. You versus them inside of the anomaly.
Oh my
God. Force the fight.
Arena. That's a MOBA ability, Jake. Yeah. Like every MOBA, League of Legends, Deadlock, every MOBA has a like you're trapped in here with me ability.
Yeah. Oh, it's the key guy, right? On fucking Deadlock.
Yeah. Kind of like
a parkour
or like it's more like what the ice guy does, like the ice dome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like, and then their tactical ability could change based on the weather that they just changed it to. So
I like that.
You have a different tactical ability. Like if you just made it rain, maybe you throw like a bomb that makes a lightning strike happen in an area.
Could I do fire rain from Outpost?
Yeah, do the heat cascade.
I mean, make it allow you to like swap to heat cascade or something like that'd be. But they already like it fits with the lore because they already have like the heat cascade seeders that allow them. Obviously, they have an ability to change the weather. Like as technology that they have. So like I don't know. I think that'd be fucking sick.
You could call the character Chemtrail.
Oh, you're my runner ability is putting fluoride in the water. You've been vaccinated. Oh my God, their throwing grenade is a fucking syringe. It's a vaccine.
Oh man,
Do I have to edit
Don't
that?
worry,
Get
Bungie.
RFK Jr. to voice him, man. Like,
Wait, dude.
Fucking hell, Jake.
It's Ryan doing his RFK impression. Let's fuck yes, bro. We got your next runner. It's here, man. Yeah, that's great.
welcome to
know.
House Eddie Runner. Like, oh my god, this is good, dude. Like, I want to be absolutely clear. No one from Bungie is ever coming on this show.
I think I might have to cut that part.
No, you can't. You can't.
I don't know, man. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it's all good.
What
It's
is
all
happening? Man,
Shit.
what? All right. Well, we're an hour 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
Ryan has a point on the document that just says, "I think I've decided to hate Cryo now." So, spotlight's yours, buddy.
Oh man, I've already talked so much. Okay, I think I've just gotten to a point. Well, first of all, it doesn't help.
We should do okay. So we're adding a chemistry minute this episode. There's also marathon minute. We should give you like a rant minute.
A minute.
Ryan's rant.
Have you talked? We're just like 14 episodes in, man. You think I got a minute segment in me?
All right, fair enough. Sender, you got
You
it.
think I got You think I could do that? The fucking comments know I can't do that.
When the marathon or with the Ryan rant minute starts, just put a timer above Ryan and just see how long
if we want to do that, that'd
actually be like peak comedy though. That's good. All right, why do you hate Cryo, buddy? Why do you hate Cryo?
I think it just kind of encapsulates everything that I think is not great about the game at the moment, and I worry that it's not fixable with problems. I've had over the past couple of weeks, I've been like, I have a problem with the security system. I think it's too.
Wait, let's
RNG
set the floor here. How many?
Yeah.
You've never killed the compiler.
5 of 6. I literally
5
don't.
of 6.
The only reason.
Yep.
Is because we're like afraid to go for the 6 key because we only have 2 keys, and I have 240 hours in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have 6 keys, and we have 2 6 keys that our entire group has found. We've played almost all of those 240 hours with that group together.
Okay.
The 30 hours Jake and I played together.
So, okay, stage is set. You hate the security system.
Yeah. Hate the security system. I mean, really? That's partially what's keeping us from going for 6. Like, that's by far the hardest part about going for 6, because if you're like I was saying, a lot of when marathon is at its best when it allows people to approach, have the war that you want to have, the war that you trying to engage in a way that's going to benefit your team, your loadout the best. That's when I like it. And so I like rush play, shotgun rushing. I just don't enjoy that kind. I think that's the game's worst style of combat. Also because it's the combat that my team and I are worst at. I can fully acknowledge that I don't do that, but I feel like it takes it from being a game that's for us is about thinking, about moving slowly, about rotating around the map in clever, thoughtful ways, and it turns it into more of a traditional multiplayer arena game. In a way that just I don't like traditional multiplayer arena games. I haven't played gotten really hooked on one in a long time. I'm more into I put a lot of time into stuff like Apex Legends back in the day, or PUBG back in when it was that's the kind of way that I like it. So I don't like the style of combat in it. And the thing is that's stopping us from doing the 6 key is the way that we try to play, which is slow, careful rotations, never going through control, because we don't we feel like it's difficult to control the flow of the battlefield in there, which it is by design. And so we try to move slowly around the map. And that with the RNG of the security system being the way that it is, which I think actually got worse with the patch, by the way. I have a theory on why that is, or my friends and I do. But with it having some teams have 2 security terminals and some teams have 1 security terminal, and how many are you going to get off the floor of the bags? We got stuck in our POI for genuinely 10 minutes today, which we've never ever happened before, because we were just trying to not go into control to get our tags. And I think that the mercy kits being in the loot pool for bots on Cryo, which why are there mercy kits on Cryo, by the way? But the mercy kits, I think, have pushed out the likelihood of security tags dropping on bots. So they're dropping far less frequently. And it just feels like sometimes the game designates you as the team that's going to get fucked. because you got less security than everyone else. But because we kind of like typically the way that we like to play it, where maybe we'll fight like one team on our own grounds, trying to play it safely and slowly. Like we have gotten like security 4 like once, and you need security 4 to get key 6
once
done.
Ever.
I mean, like, yeah, like genuinely. I mean, we've gotten 5 once ever, and it's because we had gotten some crazy fights and ended up winning. But like, we just don't like. We struggle. I strenuously like would love tips on how to get your security up quickly, because I know the answer is just go kill other people and take their tags. But like, I don't think the PvP engagements on the map are particularly fun. I feel like I have the same fights in the same places every time I play the match.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way about any other map. I was just talking today with my friends after playing a bunch of Outpost Ranked, where I'm like, I feel like we have fought in new and interesting locations on Perimeter Ranked than I have ever fought on Perimeter in all the time I play tested the game. Like, we had fights that were only ever rotational areas in the map today. We had a giant fight like in the field behind station that was awesome today, like a 3-player fight, and it was great. But every fight on Cryo just feels the same. It's slide into a bubble.
Played a lot the last week-ish and a half since the vent rush strat has been found?
We played a lot last week, and we played like 4 rounds this week that we did. We played 4 drops. We got out on all 4 of them, genuinely, and I just didn't have any fun with it. It's just not like a fun experience, because it feels like the way that we play the game, the weapons that we like to use, are just from a fundamental map standpoint not good.
Yeah.
And it just like, to me, it's just not very enjoyable. And so I worry that like I think they could fix a lot of the problems that I have with the map by making security more like equitable. So you have like everyone if you know where the spawns are, everyone has like an expected amount of security in the map. I think they could tone down the like vent rush bullshit that feels like would have been caught during a playtest if they would have playtested the map more.
Well, I am curious if it is not supposed to happen, because there are ways. I
don't think it is.
You can get into the other spawns as well, like on the other side. So Biostock and Prez are the 2 that you can rush into, and there's 2 vents on, but like you can get in.
It's easier on certain POIs than others, for sure, but you can definitely get into all of them.
On the other side, well, I don't know if that's true. I don't think you can get into Revival. The 2 on the sides,
maybe not.
Revival and the one on top, I don't think you can. Not Cargo, Steerage, I don't think you can get into.
I thought we couldn't get into it, and then I think we tried doing a bunch of runs last weekend where we lost a lot, where we were literally just going in and going, okay, let's get better at the rush strategy, let's get better at the way they want us to play this map, and it was just miserable. I just like didn't enjoy it at all, and I like, I kind of like I'm at a place right now where I'm like, I want to fight the compiler, and I feel like I'm just completely. It's hard for me to see like the weight with our like what we're good, like, you know, we're gold 1, like we're pretty okay. We're at least good at grinding through the ranked. I think the ranked system's very generous, but like we're not bad at the game. But the way that we play just feels like we've tried to do dry runs for our 6 key, and it just feels like insurmountable at this point. So I'm like, I don't even know how we're gonna get it done. Like, maybe it was easier in the first week or 2 before people had figured out the map, but now that people know, it's just like it's rough. And it makes me hope that the next like that every marathon map isn't like super close quarters like this. Like, we need like a Mass Effect style like Presidium or Park for the next map on the marathon, because like if every map is just close quarters like this, like I feel like they're hamstringing what I think is their best combat style. So I don't know. I think it just feels messy.
What's the map from Marathon 1 that everyone hates? The level? The first one that everyone runs in.
Colony ship for sale.
No, before that. The one that's square, kind of mazy, 4 sides.
Oh, is it the one where you get the Zeus?
I don't know.
G4 sunbathing?
Yes.
The only one that
G4 sunbathing. Very wide open. There's some hallways, but I think that could be a fun map.
That'd be something like that would be neat, because just like the way that Cryo is, like, it's such a cool idea, and I love the, like, underbelly style aspects of it and feel like I feel very comfortable navigating it. But I
Yeah.
think I have gone from, like, that stressful feeling that I felt initially that felt very exciting. Now that I have way less gear fear just because I have so much stuff and I can buy so much stuff and it's just, like, not a problem, that, like, it's more just obnoxious to me now,
Yeah.
and I just kind of feel, like, stuck. And I, to some degree, that's like a skill issue. We should be able to adapt to a different play style more, but like,
No, it's tough, man. It is tough.
it's just not
Are
enjoyable.
people in your lobbies? Because it sounds like you're spending a lot of time in the maps. Do you see people open labs a lot, or not at all? Because it tells you
So,
when people go into
okay,
labs.
question. Okay, I have a question about that
Yeah.
because there's a thing across the bar that will tell you labs is open, but it seems like it changes the language. Does it give you a notification when just anybody opens? Because I know there's one for Panopticon and there's one for labs, but it's just like level 3 security
So
breached.
Panopticon is level 3 security. So any level 3
Okay,
room, that can be Panopticon, that can be the corner rooms, that can be elevators. That is level 3 security breach. Labs specifically means they have gone up and they have dropped the heck. No, it means they have dropped the. I don't know if it's the red barriers or the heck field. That's one of the two. But it means they're
okay.
actually doing shit in lab. And so
I've never been up to lab.
Oh.
I've
Well,
never
what
never been in
I
all my runs. I've never been up there, and because I don't have a reason to, because you don't need to until key 6,
if
and
you
we just don't
see
have security
someone
for it.
opening it, that means they're not expecting you, and you should run up and try to steal their 6 key or steal their compiler run.
I mean, is it is there security up there? Like, are there terminals and shit?
There is generally the warden will drop 3. There is
Yep.
typically one screen on one of the sides of labs, so you have to search both. And then there's sometimes like some free tags around, and you're probably
Okay.
good for like 6 to 8 security pips.
Yeah. Ugh, I just like. I'm also just at this point finding the like pixel hunt all the different places the tags can be in the map mechanic just to be like it's just tedious. Like I
Yeah,
just like.
usually the way we approach it
How do
is,
you get security? Please, like.
yes. So
Help me.
you will always have one screen in the second room. Always.
Yes, at least one.
At least. Some spawns will have one in the first room, but I think there's only 2 spawns that can have one in the first room. And then there are certain locations. So for instance, if you are there's the opposite of steerage in Revival. There's a level 2 room that is locked, but it's like
Yes.
there's always a screen in there.
Yep.
At least 1 to 3. And so
sometimes there can be 2 next to each other on like Biostock or Revival or any of the other ones. Like you can like luck into having a bunch of terminals.
So the current strategy is annoying and it needs to be patched, but it is send 2 people ahead. One person kill the chieftain in your first room. There's always a chieftain in your first room. Grab the tag, scan the screens, kill the chieftain in the second room. That gets you security 1. Really, just the screens get you security 1. But then immediately rush preservation or index. The vent spawns. Kill a team. If you get the dead spawn, find the screens. Hopefully you kill the team before they scan their screens. Now, because that strategy is well known, we try to wait and kill another team that's trying to go in the vents and then kill the team in the spawn too. So we try to kill 2 right off a rip, 2 or 3 teams. That doesn't get you a lot of security because they haven't had time to get security. So then it's just screens. The wardens always drop 3. So, there's always there's always 3 wardens on the map, 1 in labs, 1 for the cargo credentials.
Did not know there was 1 in labs. That's good to know.
Yes, when you go up to labs, there is 1, but you have to have antivirus. It's the annoying one. It's the perimeter one is up there.
The Wraith Warden?
Yes.
Interesting.
Very annoying. And then the Tranquility rooms, one of them will have Warden.
Yeah.
Always. So
yeah, we've killed the Tranquility Room ones. We've killed this 3 because of forgetting the 5 and everything. And we've killed the 3. Like we've done all the other stuff. We just haven't done any of the labs stuff right yet. But that's I know there's like usually always a screen in Panopticon.
Panopticon will
like
have 1 plus the 2
there.
chieftains, so that's 5.
Plus, there's usually some tags in there as well.
Tags or batteries, yeah. The
you
level
need
3
so
rooms,
many tags to get to 4.
It's 45
crazy.
total, so you need 30 to get to 4. But to get to Panopticon, you only need level 3, so it's 27. Yeah.
With the way we play slow, like we're getting to 3 like to get like at the end of the match to get exfils. And that's like where we're at typically, which is why 4 feels so.
Yeah. 3, 6, 9.
I mean, today we got 3 like once, and I think we stole 2 exfils. Or we stole like 2. We might have stolen 3 exfils actually from other people. Fun fact: if you just have good hearing, you can very easily steal other people's exfils.
Yeah, we camped someone's exfil last week, and we let them get almost there, and then we 3-2-1 them, and he was like, "Oh, this is the fucking 3rd time," and then died. It was so fucking funny, dude. We were dying.
We almost did that today a couple times, but it was always like at 2.5 minutes, and I was like, I do not want to get into a fight at 2.5 minutes in an exfil when we could just take it and leave.
So, some other pro tips: steerage has a level 3 room that always has a filled cryo egg in it.
Mm-hmm.
The cargo chip room will either have 2 batteries, 1 battery, and a couple chips, or a couple security tags.
The cargo room, you said?
The cargo room. There's a vent in cargo that always drops the new weapon mods, the weapon chips.
Oh, okay. The spit ones?
Nice. Yes. I can have like punishment or
is it like that one with is it that red barrier in cargo that pops up, or is that a different thing?
It's a vent like right if you're going to control. Yeah. There's a vent on your right side that you have to scan a pad to open, and it's inside there. Spawns every single game.
Oh, that room has security, like extra security in it?
It can have extra security or batteries.
Interesting. Fun fact with the patch. I don't know if this is intended or not. I don't know if you played Cryo today, but the level 1 scan no longer scans batteries. Doesn't put them on the map anymore. I think it's a bug. I hope it's a bug. Yeah. It's very fucking annoying. I mean, you can hear batteries. And
but still, it's like
obnoxious.
Especially late in the game when the music's cranked, you can't really hear them. So,
and also, like, I don't really think they need to be adding more obnoxious mechanics to
I agree.
To be honest with you,
that's a weird. Yeah, but honestly, normally what we're doing is just like anywhere there's a flat black screen, there can be security, and so we're just but Cryo is like, especially for compiler runs, Cryo is just being as aggressive as possible. So it's annoying, but that's just how it is. So
I do think, like you're saying, it could be a stylistic issue, because I do kind of appreciate it that what it seems like it does is it forces you, by the time you're doing the 6 key, you have to run control. You have to run control, and you have to kind of run the map, and like you kind of have to have like a hero attempt at it. So I do kind of appreciate the idea of progression between the vaults, which is kind of cool.
I think I would appreciate that more if the 6 key wasn't what it was. In terms of rarity wise, it just fucking sucks that like
you should be able to buy a 6 key from the CARRI event. I don't give a fuck.
1000% agree. Or like if we could just guarantee that every time we open a 5, or like
it gives you a 6?
Like you said, it gives you a 6 guaranteed, or like, you know, every 3, even if it, like the 6 could just exist where there's some sort of meta counter in the background where it's like every 3 vaults you open gives you a 6 key. And so you have to like but the thing is, like, we can do every other vault. We've done every other vault multiple times. We got no problem doing any of the other vaults. It's just like, but I also kind of just have a problem with, like I said, I think what makes Marathon great and what makes it an extraction shooter and like what makes it interesting is like people who want to rush can do that, and you can do that on any map, and you can find POIs that really benefit your ability to rush players. Like if you're a hauler team, hell yeah, like you're great at that. You're good at being a hauler team, and you're like, that is the type of environment we thrive in. We thrive inside of station, not outside of station. And all the other maps allow you to kind of like mold the environment around your play style.
Mm-hmm.
And so I find it really obnoxious that Cryo is the only map that forces you to play a certain style of the game instead of like allowing you to find success with your own style, because it makes me feel like the style that we spent 240 hours cultivating is just like, oh, we need to learn how to play an entirely different game now.
Yeah, I think that's a
And that
deliberate
sucks.
choice for them. Like, I think they wanted it
I
to feel
agree.
very claustrophobic and fast and
I
overwhelming.
agree. That's just not where I think their
Yeah.
combat shines best.
No, I
And,
agree.
like,
I totally feel that, especially with things like the bubble grenade self-res meta.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Cryo
yeah. I mean, I
would
watched a
be
video
way
today
better
of,
without those. So
I watched a video today of Grenader Jake like waiting out what it was like a storm of flechette grenades. Like they threw like literally 40 of them to the point where they couldn't heal through it or anything like that. And it's just like that's like largely my biggest disappointment with the patch in general, and why I'm like kind of frustrated with it, is because it feels like they spent a lot of very good effort on like the beginner maps for like level like 10 and 12 like players, which is great. But like I kind of wish they would have cooked on some of that beginner stuff even more, got it into place for season 2, and did a free weekend for season 2. And like it feels like they largely ignored some issues with cryo, and issues that are like utility spam. Like, I was watching streams all day yesterday, and literally every fight ended with a waster. Every single one of them.
yeah,
Every fight that I watched ended in a waster. That's not healthy. That's not good for the game's meta. And so like I expected them to make changes for the people who are 200 hours into the game to help kind of freshen things up, and I was genuinely looking forward to the patch, seeing what they were going to do. And it feels like instead, like, I mean, I think Bungie's made some of those mistakes in Destiny before as well, where like they recognize there's an issue with like player retention, which is great, and so they focus a lot of their efforts on that, but they release it at the wrong time. When like at this moment you want to hit players, in my opinion, who are highly engaged with the season already, to keep them going, to keep them logging it back in every week. And then you want to look for an influx point like season 2 to hit the beginners hard and make sure that the game is easily accessible and where everyone is seeing those changes all at once. And like, I feel like it's going to be inverted, where season 2 is going to come and they're going to be like, hey, we fixed a bunch of stuff with cryo that we were looking at, or with the shotgun or utility spam meta that's been annoying, or like we did more stuff to bubbles or whatever. And I feel like that's kind of been
really weird. Like, maybe this is such an elitist thing, and I'm sorry, but it's gonna be weird when season 2 rolls around and like the end game is still just cryo. And I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I agree with you. I mean, as somebody who doesn't really like cryo and is like not really I was dreading ranked going away and instead having to play cryo, which is not where I expected to be.
That's crazy. That's
crazy. I was not expecting that 3 weeks ago. But like, as somebody who doesn't really like cryo, I fully agree with you. I'm like, this is going to be the end game for this season and next season, probably at minimum.
You guys are forgetting about something. How deadly is Night Marsh? What about that darkness gameplay? What if that goes crazy?
It can't be that deadly, because that means all the new content is for 1% of players.
Unless Dire Marsh daytime stays. Cryo. Well, I don't know.
No, even then 99% of the player base has literally the same content.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I think if I had to guess, I think the contracts will make it to where basically like Outpost and Darsh flip, and Dire Marsh Night becomes the end game. It's like pre-cryo end game map, and Outpost becomes the middle tier map. If I had to guess.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. We have plenty of time to speculate on that.
That's my cryo complaint. I'm just like, I guess I'm coming to grips with the fact that I think I was really, really, really excited for cryo, and I think I'm just kind of like astoundingly disappointed with it. And I think I'm bummed about it. And I still like, I want to get my 6 key done. I'm gonna get it done, and I want to kill the compiler, but I feel like I'm waiting for changes that I expected to come this week, and now I feel demoralized a little bit about the whole thing.
That's an interesting perspective. I
feel like you're trying not to tell me that you think I'm bad.
No, it's not that. It's because it's not that at all, right? Because I think you have like by far the most relatable experience between the two of us, right? And it's like, I think that is something that maybe people haven't realized yet. But for instance, the first couple of times we were doing compiler runs and Lab 6 runs, we were running into similar stuff. We just made the deliberate thing. It's like, all right, we're just going to have to fucking send it. Like, literally send it. And that doesn't work for everyone. And that's fine. That's totally fine. And I still run with teams today. Like, all the time. Like, when I'm playing with random people from my Destiny days or whatever, where it's really hard to find a team you mesh with really well in Marathon. And if you have someone who's 10% less or more aggressive than you, then you're fucked. Like, then...
Oh, yeah.
And it's so, like... I totally get what you're saying. It's a great perspective. And I think it is unfortunate that it's all highlighted or being exacerbated by parts of the meta that have gone largely unchanged for 6 weeks now. And it just sucks. It's so obvious what the problems are, and it's weird that they haven't had any motion on them.
Especially with how fast they've moved otherwise. Like, it is so crazy to me that we are fucking with thermals and snipers when shotguns are so clearly a much bigger problem in the game. Like that.
I
like
wonder
that,
if they're just worried about rooks, man. I just don't know. It's got to be that, right?
Maybe it's just the rook thing. I don't know.
Rook thing,
like,
yeah. Because you nerf them too much, then the rook experience goes out the window.
Well, yeah, because they nerfed the knife. That's the thing, is like, if they didn't nerf the knife, the rook experience is largely the same.
I think the knife, if the trade is knife goes back, Waster gets nerfed, I think that is well worth it.
1,000. I mean, I said this like 3 weeks ago before they did any of the knife changes, where I was like, knife nerf is a Waster buff, and I was right.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's
for
fucking
sure.
sucks. Yeah, I don't know. We got to get good or whatever, but it feels like I spent my time training for Marathon in battle royales for years when I should have.
I have great news for you, buddy.
Yeah, but I should have been spending my time in like arena shooters instead, because that would have prepared me for the shotgun slide meta in a way where like I prepared myself for the long range DMR style encounters that I enjoy. So yeah, I don't know. That was my rant. That was probably like 45 minutes. If we just want to add the timer above there and just set it to 45, it's probably accurate, probably close enough. I'm talking too much in this episode.
You're
so
totally
apologies to everybody.
I'll fight him in the comment section. It's fine. Last week I did a chemistry minute. People liked it, so I think Jake is gonna ask me a question. I'm gonna answer it real quick.
But you have to be aware that I don't even know if my question is going to be in the realm of chemistry. That's how little I know. So just prepare yourself.
I will try not to be an asshole like last week where I was like, really?
No, lay it on. Honestly, please do. Okay.
No, dude.
All right. So the Marathon ship itself, they're doing this, 12 light year journey, 300 years.
Fuck.
So to make it, okay, well, hold on. I'm coming around.
No, you're good. You're good.
To make it viable for transport through the depths of space, right? They had to utilize Deimos. Now, read into it.
Fake moon.
Using parts of other asteroids is a fake moon. Whatever. Okay, UESC propagandists over here. But the idea, I feel like, conceptually, was the hull of the ship would have to be as durable as a space object that already exists, because you have to deal with the radiation of space, maybe the impacts of asteroids and stuff. But now, fast forward a few hundred years, we're sending the Equanimity, which, as far as we've learned about the ships that have actually gone to Tau Ceti, they're not using the same kind of like meteors and stuff. So what materials have to be developed to withstand space travel when the people inside have to be able to endure the radiation of space, and also they have to be able to take impacts from objects within space? Does that material have to be something that doesn't exist, or do we have something like that, a la we just did Artemis mission kind of deal?
Okay, so so for those of people who don't know, I am a polymer chemist. Oh fuck! There's a minute. Can I set up myself? Can I get my credentials?
Give him
first?
The setup. Let
me get my credentials first, okay? But I work in like consumer materials, like so not spaceships. I don't work with that sort of thing. So I'm going to give my best answer.
Consumer space travel is coming any day.
I will give my best answer here. Okay, start the timer.
Okay, we're doing the timer.
Yes.
Everyone can see the show notes then.
Titanium, steel, and carbon fiber.
As a combination?
I relinquish the rest of my time.
Like all together, or like you're saying separate?
No, like different layers and shit. So a lot of times, so these are gonna have like multi, like tons of layers. So there will be like insulating layers, because keep in mind, space is very cold. There's gonna be, and it has to be airtight. It has to be, there has to be seals on the front and the inside and outside for moisture. You don't want to mess with any of the electronics. There has to be heat durability, which I imagine is probably some sort of steel or titanium, or titanium. So like blackbirds are made out of titanium, very very light, very tough.
You mean recons?
SR11s is what I was going for, but that works. Carbon fibers, like a fucking miracle material that's conductive, so you have to be careful with it, but it's also very tough, and you can dope it with a bunch of stuff, and it's just an awesome material. It's used in hockey sticks, it's used in cars, it's used in planes, it's used everywhere. It's very cool.
So you don't think they're making a brand new material? You think it's just a bunch of layers of shit we got?
Yeah, I mean, probably. There's only, the thing about like this sort of stuff is it's going to be mostly metals. There's going to be materials in it. Like there's going to be, like I said, insulating layers. There's going to be, lightweight barriers and electronics and stuff. Like you're going to want to be very mindful of all the weights and stuff. But most of that's going to be like mostly metals, I would imagine, for sure.
Okay, what about the friend mouth cheeseburger hole? Is that just Tupperware?
Yeah, that's probably, I would say polycarbonate. I feel like they don't have this is much more so food contact stuff, typically it depends on the country. A lot of what we use, polycarbonate, or you have like materials like, any sort of modified PET, you have Triton, you have, it could be any sort of polyolefin, polypropylene's used, like the lid of this is probably polypropylene. So a drinkable cheeseburger, if I had to guess, in the future, it's either going to be, depending on how if it's hot filled, it'll be a different material than if it's cold filled. But I imagine it's probably going to be some sort of polypropylene top, probably polycarbonate base, and then it's going to have some sort of like polyester shrink wrap on it. For sure.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. I'm getting in the element here then. Yep. If I drink my drinkable cheeseburger, it's a chemistry minute. Okay. If I
getting in the element is the new name for the chemistry minute segment.
Getting in the element. Okay. If I drink the drinkable cheeseburger and then I fill it up again, drink out of it again. If I do it bottles, I'm getting microplastics or something.
Okay. So this is awesome. This is a great question. So this is why polycarbonate's a problem. So you guys might have heard of BPA. It's a huge scare in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. BPA, bisphenol A, is a comonomer that we also use with phosgene to make polycarbonate. BPA is an endocrine disruptor, and there are unpolymerized little bits of it in your polycarbonate. This is metal, but if I had a polycarbonate thing, that as you heat up the plastic, it degrades and it lets the little pieces out. And then babies drink them, and then they don't develop correctly. And that's why there's a huge ban of polycarbonate in baby bottles and binkies, very early in our lifetimes. Those are now made out of other materials, such as PEN, polysulfones, et cetera, et cetera. So with drinkable cheeseburgers, if it's hot filled, meaning, so like Gatorade is hot filled, they boil the shit out of this stuff to mix it and get everything into solution. They put it hot in the bottles, and then it cools in, like, on the shelf in transit in containers. So they have to use a special thickness PET. I believe it's a PET. I've never admittedly looked at the RIC code on the bottom of a Gatorade or Powerade bottle, but I assume it's a PET. And then polyethylene terephthalate, RIC code 1. And so if you do that into a polycarbonate container and you're doing that over and over again, that could be very harmful, yes. Theoretically.
And how does that get in everybody's balls?
So that is a different thing. The thing in everyone's blood and balls, those are PFAS, perfluorinated alkyl substances. That is a surfactant used to make polymers such as Teflon, PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene. That's a Dow thing. There's whole sorts of...
Is that literally just like really tiny bits of it though? or is that like
no? They're individual
you know
molecules. I mean, it'll be some sort of fatty acid where all the hydrogens on the alkyl chain, on the carbon chain, have been replaced by fluorines.
Okay, bringing it back to Marathon real quick.
Yeah, sorry.
What is no. This is good. What like do you think, like, if you were a Bob, a born on board on the Marathon, how much would that increase your likelihood of like ending up with a complication from something like microplastics?
I don't think it would. I think you'd be fine with that, but I don't know. Like, I'm not like a big biologist guy, but I think there's implications of being like born in space, because space has a lot of background radiation. Yeah. And I have to imagine some of those Bobs have 4 testicles for sure.
Sick.
And most of them are plastic.
And most of
that, and that's what allows you to get into, you know, the 4 key. Is you got to find one of them that's got all 4 of those testicles. That's the DNA sample.
Yeah, I don't know.
The DNA comes from the balls.
Indeed. It's hard because it's
what
like
people are always saying.
You do have to wonder about sustainability in the Marathon universe, because they kind of killed Earth. Seemed like in those cutscenes, in the flashes of the cutscenes, didn't we see like a bunch of smoke? Like, it seems like the petroleum industry kind of killed Earth, probably.
So like the new caloric history kind of indicates that, like in the 2160s there was a big famine. The UESC history indicates that Earth almost destroyed itself, and the UESC basically at gunpoint said, "All right, we're locking this shit down." That's kind of the justification for their more authoritarian structure. Okay. Is that basically things were about to collapse. They fucking, put into place a bunch of rules and regulations to prevent that and continue
fascism to save humanity.
Yes, classic answer.
Look, history isn't like my strong suit, but I'm pretty sure that's almost never how it goes.
Yeah, it doesn't really work out typically. It's usually sold that way, and then fascism is mostly to help out the people who are at the top.
But I'm just saying, it's just like, if they were like, hey, now regulate your carbon emissions. I don't know. I don't really believe that. But maybe. I'm not a poli-sci guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Good questions. I like these questions. This is, at the end there, you started going right into my adjacent areas. It's good.
Listen, we'll lock it in. We'll get there week to week.
For next time on In the Elements. On the Elements, what did we land on?
Chemistry Minute.
I had something better than that.
I don't remember. Marathon
Anyway, speaking of cryo and all this stuff, we have talked about it a little bit, but we are absent hearing from one particularly interesting cult that seems obsessed with cryo stuff. So I want to know about everything about Arachne, which is a weirdly absent part of Marathon's current story, but is fascinating from a perspective of like what it should be, considering all the time that we're spending around these frozen people that are like almost certainly well beyond resuscitation, or at least well beyond resuscitation where they would like have any kind of like normal brain function.
And I'm going to give you a 15-second addendum. I want to know what you think they think about the CARRI event. Okay.
Okay, so Arachne is a death cult, is what we primarily know. They kind of seem to have come from the introduction of cryosleep, which puts people not into a literal state of sleep, but this kind of in-between purgatorial state, in between life and death. Like their cells are literally being frozen and they're in this suspended animation for extended periods of time. So you'd think going on the Marathon mission, we're going to have people in cryosleep for the longest that we've ever done, which maybe is kind of the key interest point that you would think they would have here in Tau Ceti, but I haven't really seen that directly noted by them. The point of contact that we have for them is C.a.r.r.i, who used to be a runner in Seoul and now is, I guess, handling operations here in Tau Ceti, very flimsily, seemingly just focusing on, making runners kill each other to experience the in-between period when a consciousness leaves a shell's body and when it arrives back wherever it's being stored. But in terms of how they feel about the CARRI event, I would imagine that C.a.r.r.i is very happy because it's going to create many moments of betrayal that will lead to death, which he will love to explore very much so, especially because we got there in a very unhealthy skin-related way. Arachne. And unfortunate that there isn't more about them. Even with the introduction of the skins, which they do have a codex entry attached to them, which talks about the severed arms, perhaps is the name of the group. I only read through it once, so I'd have to read through it again to really see. But it doesn't have like any major reveals, but maybe just kind of illustrating more background information in terms related to Arachne. But what's going into the Cryo archive, especially with the setup that we get from the codex entries that we get inside the Cryo archive. I forget which one has like the people talking about the sleepers who are having conversations about it, and we get to see what the Cryo team thinks. You would think they would have a huge interest in what's happening in that part of the ship, especially because we're knocking people out of the sky who are still frozen in cryosleep, the longest duration of time, once again, in this kind of near-death space, which is what Arachne wants to explore. What is beyond the capacity for the conscious experience, and continually going through that process might lead to some sort of greater truth that has a important spiritual meaning to them, or maybe something else that they're looking for that we haven't really learned about yet.
Couple questions. As we start to experience hopefully more fleshy biological things in Marathon, are they interested, do you think, in the death of those, or are they specifically in not like conscious death?
No, I think they're interested in it all. I think literally the experience of death, I think just runners and people in cryosleep represent a more interesting subsect of individuals, because the singular act of dying for a regular person isn't something that can be shared, right? Like it's a individual experience.
Okay.
Whereas we, like I was saying, we know that like there's a kind of indiscriminate amount of time, or like an unknown amount of time between when a runner dies and when their consciousness gets back to where either their body or wherever they're being stored. And the experience of that moment can vary runner to runner. So it gives, I think, them a unique kind of, there's also an element of it where it's like they're exploring these things, but also I think they see value in bringing more death to the world. Like there is some element of truth there for them to find. I think there's a lot of connections between them and the, I'm going to fuck it up, but you guys are going to help me, the Thanonauts, the warlocks in Destiny who like die over and over again.
In forever.
Oh,
that's
shit.
Destiny 1 lore. Yeah.
We gotta get Bife up in here for that one.
Yeah, so it's like I do think there's kind of like an interesting, just reading through the little bit that I have of those, and then the Arachne stuff. I think conceptually there's kind of a similarity in terms of what they're seeking, maybe.
So
follow up to that follow up. Okay, you go first.
Well, I was just gonna say, he actually led into it really well. So the thought of not being able to share death. So what about in your idea about collective hive mind happening with the fungus and people infected with the fungus? If that is what is happening in Nightmarsh, like you're predicting, are they interested in killing those people and trying to maybe experience the death of part of a hive mind through the anomaly or fungus or whatever?
And so the thing that we learned through the shared nightmare phenomenology, I think is what's called, and also General Reed's logs, is that the people who are being affected by the anomaly are consistently like seeing loved ones who've passed away. So like, in the General Reed logs, he thinks his wife Orla, who died in Seoul, years ago, she didn't come on the marathon mission, is like there with him, and he like has this moment where he's like, Orla, is that you? It looks just like you. And people who like are patrolling near the anomaly will hear like voices of people who are deceased call out to them. So I guess the question becomes like, is the anomaly entering their minds and creating the facade of someone that they love to lure them in, or is the anomaly some sort of technology beyond the physical realm that is reaching into some sort of like metaphysical plane where they're summoning the soul of that get what I'm saying? Like, is it a real ghost thing that's tied to like some sort of technology that we don't understand, or is it a like just them fucking with their heads? Because I do think that Arachne would be interested in following up with the nightmare phenomenology and the stuff that we have about Davik Reed, because if there is any indication that, okay, these are people who are actually dead, have been long dead, and potentially humans are communicating with them, I think that would represent the kind of realm that Arachne is most interested in.
Yeah. So one more follow-up. Are either of you Doctor Who fans?
I did watch as a kid. I don't know if I remember as much, but I've seen. I remember Dave Tennant and fucking.
Yeah, well,
Matt,
it's
whatever.
a reference to a David Tennant episode, specifically. I think the end of season the wherever Rose dies, 2 or 3, or didn't die, but goes to the alternate fucking timeline or whatever. There was the Cybermen were trying to come from like a parallel universe, and they would show up as like ghost figures, and everyone thought they were like their loved ones visiting them, and then it just turned out to be like murderous robots. But that's what that was giving. Anyway, sorry, Ryan.
I'm familiar with Cybermen, but the Yamcha killing kind, not the Doctor Who kind. I don't know what that is.
They're awesome.
Okay.
Delete.
I believe it.
Exterminate.
No, that's the Daleks.
Daleks.
That's where Skarrow comes from. Because I was a huge.
Is that really it?
I was a Doctor Who fan, and the Daleks were my favorite. But they're from Skarrow. But I was like 9, so I misspelled it. So it's Skarrow.
Wait, what's the 9? Oh, is it because you were 9?
No, it's because it used to be Skarrow 97, but I lost the password to that RuneScape account, so I made another one, Skarrow 9.
Oh my god, the RuneScape origins! Hell yeah!
This is
I've
good.
been getting
That's
a
great
weird
lore.
itch of going to check out old school. And I know I shouldn't. I know it's I got too much stuff going on. Okay, so question about Arachne then. Like, do you think with the whole I think you mentioned like a couple weeks ago that like basically because the way that cryosleep works is like you're supposed to be woken up in intervals, right, in order to maintain some like semblance of who you are or whatever. So considering the fact that all of these people are like, if any of them were ever to be able to be woken up again, would be like completely not like functional, I would assume, from like basically they're like sacks of meat at this point. It seems.
Aren't we all, brother?
Well, yeah, but I mean like unthinking ones.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the UESC seems to be pitching it as like we're waking you up in intervals because of like a tissue issue where your tissue will actually deteriorate, and then the sleepers who had gotten woken up and were talking about before they went through next cycle were talking about a study that had been done back in Seoul where someone had posited like, okay, you're also losing memories or your personality are changing in ways you don't recognize.
Sorry if you had said something about that before earlier.
No.
So with that as part of it, if there's this idea of like death in cryosleep is like something those people aren't actually experiencing, it's like a thing that happens to them. It's like there's no experience of the death. So like, how do you think Arachne would like view that intake of experience? Like, is that like a tragedy to them, like that kind of loss of you're losing the actual experience of death, like it's being taken from them?
I think
in a way, or do you think
it's literally born out of that? I think the idea that this is a way for you to experience or like have some sort of contact with death in this capacity, but then also come back to communicate those ideas. So I don't know.
But if you never come back, then is that like, that's more what I'm saying for all the people in cryo who are never going to make it through, who never made it through their cryo. Like, is that some sort of like great loss or tragedy to Arachne in that way? Because they've like experienced gone through the this enlightened runner type experience, but then had it cut short at the moment of like elation or whatever, like the way that they would look at it, like their moment of like
when they awoke and their nipples started lactating. And...
I mean, I was gonna kind of say their climax of the entire thing, which like I get like is the sex part of it, but like is actually kind of what it seems like they would view it as, is like an almost orgasmic kind of climax to this end of this death-like experience. I mean, basically they're the like God, what is that movie from like the 90s where they there's a great joke about it in Pop Star, Never Stop Never Stopping, but Flatliners, where if you're not familiar, where they basically like, or it's like a club of people that keep dying and they keep shocking them back to life, so they experience like the edge of it. Like that's kind of Arachne's whole thing. And the bummer thing about Flatliners is that if somebody doesn't come back, it's a pretty big fucking bummer, and they don't really get to experience that like moment of return from death, which is like the sweet thing that they're cherishing. So it's almost like it would be nice if like Chantry, I would love to see if he talks about that at all in season 2, of like the realization that there's all of these like basically totally far gone colonists that will never experience the return to existence.
It'd be a great opportunity to like, for people who've already done all the cryo stuff, or as more people complete it, to add additional things to do in cryo that kind of alleviate some of the kind of merging that a lot of people are doing. If Charter had, contracts that were specifically, exploring things or interacting with different elements of it, that could be super cool and would make, like what you're saying, that make a lot of sense.
I wonder if
they'd be
Cryo
interested
will
in that.
change. That's a good point. Surely.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Really bringing it full circle to all my Cryo problems.
Maybe that's where the Arachne skins were supposed to be next season, and they were like, "Nah, bring them up."
Yeah, I wonder that also.
Okay, we're over 2 hours.
Yeah, whoever wants those 2-hour podcasts to keep going.
Okay, every week I'm like, we got to make it shorter, and then
happy to help you.
And then there's fewer.
Yeah, remember when you
this?
pitched this as a 45-minute show?
Fuck me. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, boys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. It's been a good episode. I have no idea what that were. We'll talk about the Sabres winning the first 2 games of the series next week, I guess. And that's on the docket. Go ahead and put that in episode 15 show notes. Yeah, plug yourselves, boys.
Ryan, go ahead. Take it away.
Jake had a really funny bit there in the middle, and skarrow shouldn't cut it, and that's I'm putting this here at the end to make this a little bit more difficult for him to do that, so that everyone knows that like there was a really great joke there. I did an RFK Jr. impression briefly.
Okay. I'll leave it in, bro. Yes.
So good. So this will make sense then, and you saw it, and we can all agree that it was a great time, and that there was a good choice to keep that bit in there. So. Rogue.site.
Yes. Jake.
Very well. John Malkovich should play Bernard Strauss in the Marathon movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Being Bernard Strauss, baby. Hell yeah.
We'll see you next week for episode 15. See you guys. Oh, and this has been Escape Will Make Me Pod or whatever. What do I usually say? Whatever. Cool. Bye.